to schedule, but we're going to play it a little loosey-goosey. All right, just so we can keep everything on schedule, the schedule that's already gone out the window. Good morning, everyone. My name is Eric Davis. Thank you. It's really very, very nice. Really makes me very happy that you're all here today. To honor Sam Lightnin Hopkins. And the contributions that he made not only to Houston, but Texas and the world. I want to welcome you to an event that has been 15 months in the making, and I never thought when I started this project in August of 2009 that it would allow me to meet so many wonderful people. But at the same time, I never doubted that they were out there. Today started with a simple trip to Mr. Hopkins' grave with my daughter at Forest Park Lawndale Cemetery. And when Hannah and I finally found his grave, it was marked with a very simple 12 by 24 inch marker. And we kind of stood there and looked at it and looked at each other, and then we kind of looked around and said, this is it? This is all there is to remember this man. And even though we were there and could see it, we just couldn't believe it, that there wasn't something with more presence to acknowledge his achievements and contributions, but like I said, of course there wasn't. And at that moment, my mind started racing. If this is all there is locally to commemorate Mr. Hopkins, what is there to remember the others that have given so much to us? What about Weldon Jukeboy Bonner? What about Wilson Thunder Smith, Elmore Nixon, this person, that person? Where are they? It was at that point that this day actually began. I knew something had to be done to begin reclaiming and recognizing an extremely important part of Houston's cultural fabric, blues music and its practitioners. Without boring you on the minutia of the process, let's just say I was in the right place at the right time. With the initial guidance of Bernice Mistro at the Harris County Historical Commission, I was able to not only complete the application process in less than 10 days, but through the incredible generosity of several people, I was able to raise private funds to pay for the marker in less than 5 weeks. I will continue I'm going to continue to toot the horn of several of these people today because of what they've done for me. Right now, though, I'd like to introduce some of them and ask that they stand to be recognized for their contributions in making this such a wonderful day. It's kind of a long list, but I have to do it. I just have to say thank you. Jack Henderson, the Houston Blues Society, an anonymous donor from Austin, Nick Rudd and Gina Manola, Roger Wood, Alan Governor. Alan is the biographer of Mr. Hopkins, and just to give him a little plug, he's going to be doing a book signing this afternoon of the biography at Sig's Lagoon at, let's see, I wrote down the address, 3622 East Main Street. Andy Reisberg, Karen Poley, the estate of Andrew Hansen. The program that you have in your hand right now features a photograph by Andrew Hansen that was taken in 1959 in Mr. Hopkins' bedroom. Andy and Karen allowed me to use this photograph as the image for this entire process. And we also had a limited edition photograph that we were selling as a way of raising funds to help pay for all of this. Two more anonymous donors, Bernice Mistro again, Louis Albach, David Benson, Deborah Blacklock Sloan, and that He-Man husband of hers, Lee Sloan, who's the man responsible for getting that thing in the ground on Wednesday. Andrew Dansby, who wrote, has been very nice and written some very good articles about this whole process from the Houston Chronicle. Brian DeStefano from House of Blues, Timothy Fisher, Greg Fleischman, Cheryl Flores, Project Row Houses, Paul Guerrero, my best friend Scott Gordon, Chris Gray, another great writer that's given me lots of press on this from the Houston Press, Lisa Gray from the Houston Chronicle, who wrote early on a really wonderful editorial about this in the Houston Chronicle, Jonathan Hansen, M. Dallas Harden, Thomas Hazelstein, Alan Hill, my adopted grandmother Jerry Hooks, Joanna Is, Mason Jambon from House of Blues, Danny Morrison, skipped over here, KPFT 90.1 FM, Paul Marzalek, Cliff McKnight, who has been a supporter of this all the way from England, Mark Mitten, Adam Mullally, James and Colleen Nagel, Dick and Carolyn Norgard, Gary Packwood, Michael Parento from Project Row Houses, Jamonica Phoenix. And the reason we're not getting wet today is because of the kindness of Dave Smalley from Spectrum, who at the very last minute donated this tent yesterday afternoon. Thank you, Mr. Smalley. Allison Smith, Sugar Hill Recording Studio, Karen and Dave Swinky, Charlie White, Andrea Campos from the Mayor's Office, State Representative Garnett Coleman, and Rebecca Acuna from that office, who, when this was kind of bogged down in the netherworlds of the politics of this, they kind of gave it a little push and got this done a little bit sooner. Council Member James Rodriguez from District I, your representative for the 3rd Ward. Jeanette De Los Santos from Council Member Rodriguez's office. Boyd Bluestein, HBS current president. And Linda Miner Kirschbaum, Houston Blues Society past president. They helped get this started. I've saved 4 people to mention last because they, to me, went above and beyond anything I could have asked for or expected. First, Julie Johnson from Live Nation. An example of someone who knows what to do and gets it done. This tent being part of it. Julie, along with many others from the House of Blues, the entire production crew, thank you, thank you, thank you for helping this happen. Linda Shearer, Executive Director for Project Row Houses, for allowing us to give this marker a proper place, and for actually answering my continual emails. Thank you both. This day means more to us than you'll ever know. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. finally